in New Orleans.
Happy Mardi Gras!
Woohoo!
And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. Tonight we have the very special honor of being joined by two of the lovely ladies from the Pussyfooters. How are y'all doing today, ma'am?
We're doing really good.
Really well.
For a Monday, I can't
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah,
Well, first Monday of Mardi Gras now.
That's
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's start off with I guess our usual icebreaker question. How did the crew come to be?
I'm gonna let you do it
Okay.
for because you descend from royalty.
Yes.
So
Okay. So we have Mama Cats and Kittens. So my Mama Cat was the founder, Camille Baldassar. So she was here for Mardi Gras. And she was here from Pittsburgh. She's from Pittsburgh, and she was, friends were like, "Let's go to a parade." She's like, "Eh." So they went to the parade, and everybody was all about the throws and the floats, and she was like, I want to know about those marching girls of the high school marching teams. That really got her attention. So I think that's where her first thoughts came from about, I would much rather do that than be on a float. So then she saw a play, The Vagina Monologues, a long time ago, and 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, I need to do something to combine these two ideas. And so she came up with a double entendre and came up with a group. She called it the Pussyfooters, reached out to muses. She says she doesn't know how they ended up in the parade, but other people were like, no, you reached out to them. And we were in their second outing, in their second parade.
So this would be your 20th outing? Or
No, so
19th?
This is our 22nd
22nd.
year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So.
That's real early for that style of group because, I mean, that was, Muses sort of started bringing those along. Before that, it was
Yes.
all, I don't know. if
It was
y'all
the baby
local.
dolls. It was
Yeah.
the
Oh,
baby
that's
dolls,
right.
Yeah.
which we, we always pay them homage to.
Mhm.
They were really the first.
Mhm.
And so when we've done events with them there, we're all about, please take a picture with us, because they really were the originals
Yeah.
for women's parading groups. It was the baby dolls. So, and then all these others have come after us, and it's a lot of camaraderie. We talk with the other groups. Last year, the first parade back after COVID, we all took pictures with our friends that are in the other groups, and it's a really cool culture.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we've noticed through all of our interviews is, and just visiting at the miscellaneous balls and celebrations and whatnot, you see how close all of the dance teams are. You would think, as an outsider, you would almost think there would be like the Sharks and the Jets rivalry almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I
But
think that is
it's-
a perception.
right, we ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
As I
but,
say,
I mean, y'all.
We're like the more the merrier because
Right.
we
Yeah.
could not. I'm the current president. Tawanda is our PR person, and we have 118 members.
Wow.
That's a lot of herding. I don't think we could take more than that just to try and manage, all the things, the parades,
travel
the
especially.
insurance, the costumes, the practices. It's a lot to manage. And none of us, do this for our main job that pays us the money.
Yeah.
We're all volunteers. So the more the merrier. We're happy when we have new crews join, and we try to promote that. We invite them to our ball. We provide a little special ticket for them so that we can have representatives from their groups at
Yeah.
our ball. In fact, I will say that every year Kern does what they call a halfway to Halloween
Right.
dance off. And we always feel a little awkward about it because we're not competing. Like, we'll participate, but it's not really about a competition for us because
Well, for all of the groups, really. I mean,
there's nothing like, everybody claps for each other. There's incredible performances. No, I can't say that there's that competition part.
There's no rivalry,
Yeah.
you know, and in
No.
fact, so I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Virginia. And so this was a completely new experience when I first moved here back in 91. And then there was all the controversy when Dorothy Mae Taylor, when she had
Yeah.
laid out everything. But I do think that the way that people here talk to each other, you know, you can go in the grocery store and just wonder out loud, I wonder where such and such is. And somebody will respond and be like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe it's right over here. Well, I think that it has, you know, it just transfers into the groups that we have. And the groups are like, we're very complimentary about, you know, I love the outfit, love the new look, or love the performance, because it's all about, and our main mission is, you know, we want to empower women. And so for us, it's all about uplifting all the different groups that are out there, because they all bring something to Mardi Gras that's very special.
Yeah. Well, you'd mentioned the ball earlier. I know that y'all's ball is coming up.
Yes.
And something that's amazing to us. We got to go to the blush ball last year.
Oh, really?
And we saw how much y'all were able to donate to the Metropolitan Center, is that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So my sister
Yes.
is actually their attorney and works there full time.
Oh, okay.
So she was on stage and accepted the check from you guys.
Oh, nice.
Small world.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
But yeah, y'all really did
Yeah.
an amazing job with that. I mean, you know, 100+ people raising that kind of money is really
Right.
Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah, and actually at the ball,
it
it was
goes a
announced
long way.
amount, but it ended up being a lot more than that.
Yeah, I
So,
think when y'all at the ball
it
itself,
was
it
in
was
the
like
40s.
35 or something like that.
And, we
And I
were
know it's
over-
up to 50.
yeah.
It's over 50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes
50.
it takes a while to kind of get all your information input into
I think a
the
lot of
system
the-
and see how
Right.
things really worked out, you know, from the auction and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it takes a little while to calculate the final total. So we do a pretty good guess, but we go conservative because you don't want to promise something that
Yeah.
you can't deliver.
Right.
So they don't actually just cash that big check.
No, they don't. But we always try
Roll
to
it up and
deliver
stuff
more
it
than
in
that
the,
check. I
Yeah.
think we've delivered more than the check every year.
No, I think it went up 25-30%
Mm-hmm.
from the ball check, but yeah,
we're
she
on
showed
track.
me a
We're
second
on track
one.
for this year. So
No, that's amazing. Really, that you know, for me on a personal level, it's really special.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know it does go a long way. I've met the people at that shelter, and you
Mm-hmm.
know,
it's important.
it affects them on a real personal basis, and you know, so
It's a party with a
y'all-
purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and
Truly
we're,
is.
we're
It's
still
a
looking
beautiful
for.
ball too.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
it's
beyond
great.
that, it's really beautiful.
And the nice thing is that everybody, you can wear what you want to wear
Mm-hmm.
and to have a good time. You know, like
Well,
whatever
we
you
wore
think.
Pink.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was that color.
Yeah, as the ball approaches, we get a lot of questions from our guests or that have never been. What do I wear? Do I need a formal gown? If you want to,
Right,
but
yeah.
it's not that kind of ball.
Right.
You know, we're not going to be doing call outs and men in tights, and you know, it's not going to be that.
There's some very formal dress there, and there's
Yeah.
some,
Right.
you know,
There's, you know,
a
some.
lot of dancing crews as well. So I think
Yeah.
everybody fits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your attire should not keep you from coming to this ball.
Yeah.
I mean, any proper New Orleans gentleman should have a tuxedo. Come on, just get one. It lasts forever.
You can't go wrong.
You're right.
I change my vest every 2 or 3 years, and
Uh-huh.
I'm good.
So tell us a little bit more about the ball. You know, where's it?
So
taking
this year
place
it'll be
and-
on Friday, the 27th of January. We're going to open the doors a little before 7:30.
It's at Generations Hall, which
Okay.
is located on Andrew Higgins.
Mhm.
And so the tickets, we had a VIP section, patron party, and we have general admission. General admission will allow you into the door at 9 p.m. We have a DJ as well as Big Sam.
Wow.
Sam
So
Funky
we're,
Nation,
yeah, we're very excited.
He's played
about
quite
that.
a few of our balls, so
Uh-huh,
we're
and-
happy to have him come back.
So DJ Ali B will
Yes,
be
it's our
there.
DJ.
And the way Generations Hall, they've done some renovations, but the basic layout is as you come in, that's where the DJ section is. And then in the middle section, that's where normally the auction items are that we have that you can go and
Yeah.
take a look at before you make your bid. And then at the very end, the stage, and that's where our band is
Yeah.
held, and so we use every inch of Generations Hall.
Yeah.
Upstairs and downstairs,
Mhm.
yes.
And we have, I believe we're going to have a photo booth as well, 360 photo booth. We've had face painting in the back because some people say, I'm just not complete unless my face is painted to go with my outfit. And then and we say we finish at midnight, but
But sometimes it's quite a bit after that.
it just depends.
Yeah, I don't
Ev-
think we
I was
left
quite
last
late
night.
after that last year.
Yeah, I think it was like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, everybody
It
was
was
just having
still
such a
going
good
pretty
time.
good.
Yeah.
We left
Yeah.
too.
Our DJ is amazing.
Yes, she
Big
is.
Sam will be amazing.
Mhm.
All of our bands have been great.
Big
Um,
Sam's very entertaining. I know
Mhm.
most of
Yes,
the bands.
he's very engaging with his audience. He's very engaging with his audience.
You're going to have a good time
Oh,
if you
yeah.
come.
Yeah.
So tickets are still on sale.
Well,
Well, this year we were only selling through our members.
Okay.
So typically we may have posted a link where people could buy general admission online, but last year was just unbelievable. Our VIP tables sold out in 6 minutes. It was first come first serve, and
It
they
was-
came in and they were gone in 6 minutes. Patron parties sold out before
five-
Christmas.
about 5 or 6 days.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it
I
was,
think
it was about 5
it
or
was
6 days.
yeah, it was quick.
Uh-huh.
So and similar thing happened this year.
Wow.
We don't have patron party
Good
tickets
problem.
left. There might be some floating along. Like one of my guests from out of town may decide I can't make it.
Right.
So we post it within our group, and because someone's always looking, even day of, somebody's still like all of a sudden decided I have to be there.
Yeah.
And so usually there's a few floating that members can put their hands on.
Judging by the crowd last year,
Yeah, I mean,
you
it
don't
was
have
packed.
to limit it.
And we were
Yeah.
under capacity last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
We're
but
still
it felt
under
like it was
capacity
packed
this
to the
year.
gills.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
there was places where it would be like, it felt like Bourbon Street on Mardi Gras Day, you know?
And with COVID, we did lower our capacity last year, and then we did follow the protocols that the city put in place.
Right.
And we were really concerned about whether our members were going to do that, and everyone understood how it had to play out. So,
I think some of the crowd might have felt like that way because there were some big costumes.
Yeah.
No, I mean it wasn't like uncomfortable crowded, but it had a good
Right.
crowd.
well, and like I said, we call our new members kittens. So, our kittens last year, that was their first blush ball as a member. This will be a whole different experience this year because there won't be the mask component, and we are going to allow a little bit more capacity.
Yeah.
So we're excited for them. And then I don't think they realize it yet. The parade routes are going back to their traditional
yeah.
route.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword because Toth is very long.
Yeah.
But I was
They-
trying to
They
explain that
needed
to
to
them.
do that route, so I'm happy for them.
Last year was great for them, but there is nothing like turning off of Jefferson onto Magazine and hearing that roar
Yes.
when the crowd realizes that it's us.
Yeah.
And maybe I hope they do that for every marching group. But it's just, there's nothing like that sound. I mean, I got chill bumps trying to explain it to our kittens. They won't realize it until afterwards.
The energy just
Yeah.
when because we're at the end. Toth is our last parade, and you kind of think, can I do this? It's the longest parade because sometimes it feels like it's 3 weeks long by the time you,
Yeah.
you make it all the way through. But then the energy from the crowd, and
you don't even realize it goes so fast.
and then especially I don't think I've ever been in a Toth parade where it wasn't a beautiful day outside.
it may start out
Ooh.
iffy.
Yeah, it starts.
It may
does,
start out
it
iffy.
does.
It may start out a little misty.
And then like last year,
Every year I've done them.
the sun cleared up. I mean, like all of a sudden it was cold, and I was thinking, oh, did I make the right decision to be in? Because I don't like to be cold, but I'm telling you, all of a sudden the heavens opened up, the sun poured out, and it was like it was a regular 75, almost 80ish in temperatures, and it was great.
Yeah.
So I've been on the same block that Sunday since 1990 at 5 in the morning. There have been some brutal days out there, but you're right. It does seem to always clear.
By the time the
Parade
parade
time.
rolls,
Mm-hmm.
it's I mean, I can't remember it not being a nice day for toast.
Yeah.
Right. It's wonderful.
And I've been a member since 2011.
So, do y'all pass
So-
by Children's Hospital with them?
No, we come up They have us lined up along Jefferson.
Okay.
I mean, we wouldn't mind it,
Right.
Yeah.
but you know, it's a wonderful thing that they
Yeah,
do.
so that's why they were.
But I think just
very adamant
organization
about
wise, they can't really, you know.
Yeah, I mean that makes
manage
sense.
all
That's why I asked. I didn't know how that lined up. You know,
Yeah,
from
they
the
have us
beginning.
all lined up along Jefferson. So
Well, you had mentioned the cheers that y'all hear when you're turning the, turning the corner onto, the avenue per se. Y'all are one of those groups that, I think because y'all are like the mama bear of the ladies dance teams in that respect. It's like y'all, the 610 Stompers. There's a select like 5 or 6 of them that when you hear y'all's music or you see y'all's banner coming,
you know
you
what
hear,
you're,
you
you
hear
know
the
you're
excitement of the crowd around you, all getting ready. You'll see the little old ladies who are in the chairs
Oh,
working their way up so that they can dance with y'all. You know what I mean? Like, y'all do bring in that excitement to the crowd for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, y'all's costumes or your outfits, how did that come to be?
Well, there's been a process. We're in the process of starting an archive, but it wasn't always a corset. It was since I've been a member. But one year, I think it was the year after Katrina, they wore pink camo. So, because the city was still being taken care of by the National Guard.
Right.
So it hasn't always been a corset, but I'm very glad that it is. Because a corset, those ladies back in the day really knew what they were doing. Everyone looks good in a corset.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone looks good in a
Yeah,
corset.
definitely.
And we've tried a few different versions, but we've kind of stuck with the stripe one for a while. And we'll add some accents. I think we've added silver to it, to try and make it, it's iconic.
Yeah.
But also to keep it fresh.
Right.
And that's the trick.
And also, but you want people to recognize you. You don't want to be so completely different that they say, "Oh, I think that was the Pussyfooters," or
Right,
they have,
yeah.
But so really and truly, that those deeply hued colors, the pink and the orange, and the cha-cha skirt and the corset and the white boots, really. You just feel great in them, and when we see people as we're coming down and they're screaming, "I want to be! How do I get to be a member? How?" Because I think it just looks so beautiful, no matter if it's daytime or nighttime as well.
I want to say they started out with maybe the majorette boots.
Yeah.
And then some girls wore the go-go boots.
Right.
Also awesome. But for a parade, not the most practical. And one of our members, Cindy Williams, has been a member for a very long, I don't even know what year she started. I want to say 2006, but I'm not sure about that. But she is the person who introduced the Docs,
Yeah.
the Doc Martens, the combat boots.
Yeah.
And so that's how we became the Pink Army. So, we're looking for style and comfort because our dance leaders, we dance.
The whole time.
We don't want to pass by one of our people or anyone really and them just not see us dance.
Right.
So we aim to dance the entire parade,
Yeah,
rain
and
or
it
shine.
usually feels like that to where I can't really recall a time when I've seen y'all not dancing when you pass by us.
Yeah.
Maybe a toast or something. You finally take a break, but other than that, we don't even know if y'all do that.
We don't even
We
do the
don't
toast.
do
We are
that.
dancing all the way down past Gallier
Now, of
Hall.
course, if we stop, if there's a pause
That's
in the
what I
parade,
mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then we dance with the crowd.
with the crowd, we
That's-
have them
Yeah.
come out
You
and we'll
know.
do line dances
Uh-huh.
with them. But we don't really stop that much anymore. I think the NOPD has us moving along pretty quickly.
Well, they've stacked up so many parades. I mean, look at the first Saturday. I think there's 7 on St. Charles.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
What's
something
going
like
on here? But, yeah, they can't
Yeah, well,
stop
new this
anymore.
year we'll be in St. Bernard Parish for that first Saturday.
For
So that's a
Nemesis.
new
Okay.
addition to our lineup. To do Knights of Nemesis. They've been asking for a really long time.
Yeah, and it's a fun
Um,
parade. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
We've
their
made it-
only parade.
yeah.
It's their only parade, so they're all in. Their community is all in. So we're excited about that. We're always excited to do, our usuals, the Cleopatra and Muses and Carrollton, and we're always excited to do our usual parades.
How many are you planning on doing this year?
Five.
Possibly 6. Because
Wow.
one is
It's
it's
the
a
Lions
as a
Marching Club,
practice.
so we do
Okay.
their little practice parade. It's kind of like a little prep for us. So yeah.
I mean, that's a full schedule for marching that far. You
Yeah,
know.
you're right. You're right. And like you're trying to make sure that we all work, many of us. So we're trying to make sure that we get dressed, get over to our call point where we need to be, and then keeping the excitement going, because the next day we got to get up and go back to work, and and do
Going to
this-
work after Muses is
Right.
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going-
Yes, it is.
So much so that we've kind of developed Friday Gras for our group. So, if possible, if our members are not having to go to work that day, we go down to the French Quarter and we do Friday Gras. We do a few little performances at some of the restaurants down there when they
All right.
invite us. So that's
I purposely take off Wednesday to Wednesday because I'm not going to make it otherwise. I
Right.
mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
we go to everything. I mean, it's just no way.
It's
Yeah.
a lot. It's a lot. You know what? You got to build your stamina.
It's a
Yeah.
marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, I jokingly,
Right.
I jokingly told my boss last week in a meeting, I said, just to let you know, if I hadn't put it in already, from Wednesday to Wednesday, leading up to Mardi Gras till after Mardi Gras, I will be off on vacation and I won't be available.
Right. Right.
And I told him, that I become useless during Mardi Gras because my brain is focused on one thing and one thing alone, Mardi Gras.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
we actually shift things being shipped out during that time just 'cause
Yeah.
I can't inspect it before it goes.
So you mentioned, people asking what's it take to be in the Pussyfooters. What does it take to be in the Pussyfooters? I mean, what's
Well,
what's
the number one requirement is you have to be over 30.
Yes.
To be a lady over 30. We do have an age requirement. So it's kind of fun when you're out parading and you have a lady who asks, well, how do I become a member? And we're like, well, you have to be 30. And they're like, I'm 30. I'm way past 30. So it's kind of fun to interact with that. But we don't do auditions. I was not a dancer. I didn't even understand why people counted when they danced. I got
Still
in. So it's by nomination. So if you're in a member in good standing and we've decided to take in kittens, we'll set the number. Maybe it's 12, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30. We set how many we need, and we do a lottery. Each member that's in good standing can put a name in. And it's the big spinning wheel, and we put the names in and we pull them out. And that's our kittens. So my
Well,
name
that's
got pulled.
Kind of an easy path.
Yeah. And so it's not an audition, which is good for me. So I went home and I told my daughter, you got to teach me. I don't know how to do these dances. And she's like, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was like, what is it with the counting? And she's like, I know you're lying to me. You know how. And I was like, no, I don't understand. So I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about how to get these dances right. So,
I've always wondered why it's 5, 6, 7, 8, not just 1, 2, 3,
3.
4.
That is a good question. I don't know.
that's a dance leader
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
We're not
yeah.
dance
No
leaders.
worries.
No.
No, everybody says it that way. It's always just been one of those.
5, 6, 7, 8. I guess
Yeah.
that way
Well, it's
that
an
gives you
8
enough time
count,
to
and
get
so
you ready.
You want to start on the 1.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
think that's why.
Right.
It must be why.
So you mentioned dance leaders. Are they the ones who choreograph the dances and
Yes.
and I guess teach
And-
them to the team?
So
Correct.
everybody does some type of service to the organization. So I do PR. Somebody else is the dance leader. Somebody else does all our membership and make sure that we, if anybody wants us for whatever event, we have a membership
Events
person,
chair.
events chair. We have a membership chair, somebody who just kind of internally makes sure that everything is going well.
Smoothly and moving
And so
along.
different aspects. And then, so the dance leaders are the ones who, for the most part, they probably have danced their entire lives, and this is a nice way for them to continue to do that. But we do have some who've never danced, but they they intrinsically know how to move and how to put things together. And so these women, they get together and they start throwing things out and putting things together, so that way we have some kind of iconic ones like oh shoot, I just blanked on it, but this the one where we line up.
Oh, pinup.
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 For some reason, I just couldn't remember.
Yeah,
it, but
so
pinup.
it's a dance that looks very complicated, but we were all able to learn it. It's where we join together, but then we come back out of it
All right.
while
so-
we're moving forward
Right.
in the parade. So, and in service, we have members who, you name an occupation, and we probably have a member who does that.
Yeah.
We have lawyers, we have a doctor, a couple of
Doctors,
doctors, nurses, a lot of teachers.
Entrepreneurs, radio personalities, people who
An
work for the
actress.
city. Some actresses, people who are, and some people who are transitioning into another aspect of their career.
Yeah.
And so they might have been architects, and now they've decided that they want to run their own business and cook.
So they bring those skills in with them, and we find a way to use your skill in service to our organization.
Yeah.
So if you are able to paint, we've got a job for you, because we decorate. We call our support vehicle the Pussy Wagon. So and it's going to be revamped completely this year. It's going to blow everyone away. It's amazing. We had a new DJ step in last year, and he can't even turn his music all the way up because the girls in the back would need hearing protection.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that this year. It's going to be a completely different look. And so our girls who know how to paint, some girls went to classes to learn how to do the paper mache, just to have that vehicle look amazing. So we
It's
find
always
a
been
way. We find a way
pretty
to
good
use people's
support
talents
vehicle.
that are in the group.
I don't think I could have marched without it. Like it's just
Oh.
it's just so comforting to have it there though too. If you need to take a break, if you need to adjust a corset, if you need
We have our potty on there.
yes,
Yeah.
everything, and
We have a
then-
chandelier. in our
And sometimes
potty.
it's just fun, like as the PR person, sometimes to get a little bit of video of just the crowd as you're
Yeah.
passing, so that way you can see it, and then but it's wonderful. It really is wonderful to have that, and people know it. Just like when they see that flag, coming down, our
banner.
with the handlers who have the flags, and then they see the Pussy Wagon, and they know you've seen the Pussyfooters.
I know besides the carnival parades, y'all compete, or y'all participate rather, in just about every, shall we call them, extracurricular holiday parade. I know the Christmas parade, Krewe, Pride.
They used to have Festigals.
Yeah.
They used to do a parade in the summer.
The stiletto
Very
stroll.
hot, but it was a fun event. So I'm hoping that they come back. They haven't come back after COVID, so we do that. We're forgetting one.
Did y'all do the midsummer parade?
We did not. We've done it in the past.
Right.
We
That
did
was a
not
nice
participate
TV
this
one, too.
year.
Right.
But so some of the requirements, you have to have a certain number of practices. You have to have a certain number of hours of service to the organization. And then you have a certain number of events that you go to that don't include Mardi Gras parades. That's kind of the reward.
Yes, that's
You
the
know.
icing on the cake.
So
We participate with Girls on the Run. We do the Pink Bra Run, which is on the West Bank.
we do a lot of things with Bridge House, Grace House. When they do their fundraisers, we'll go help sell raffle tickets or help with their silent auction.
And we've done
Y'all read my
Magnolia.
mind. I was just about to ask y'all. I know besides the, again, the amazing donation that y'all have been able to make to the Metro Center, y'all are super active in the community throughout the year, service-wise as well.
Yeah.
So,
Safe Harbor. We do that one
Yeah.
in Slidell. The Safe Harbor event.
We do the Mr. Legs competition with Grace House, Bridge House. We do Magnolia, which Magnolia is, I think, with St. Michael's, the St. Michael's School.
Yeah, when they do their parade.
Moonlight.
They do their gala at night.
Yeah.
And so we're
And
with
we all
them.
have certain events that are our favorite.
Right.
That
Yeah.
we
Top
really
Taco
like
is,
to do.
is one of my favorites. When it was at, it was downtown, and then they moved it to La Fernier, but it's special to my heart because I work with children, and so they were working with CASA, and also the foster care system. So there's
There are different events that each member has a connection to.
Yeah.
So, we get those requests. We get some requests that, aren't quite a fit for us, or, they'll ask us to come do a private event for a birthday party. And that really is not, we're more about service to the community. Community events is more where our focus is.
So how do I sign up to this Mr. Legs competition?
that's actually through.
It's in the summer,
the
and
Bridge House.
I'm sure you could sign up.
Yes.
Huh?
Grace House and Bridge House, they put it on. So they also do the Couchon Cotillion,
Yes.
which is
Uh-huh.
kind
I've
of
been to that a couple times.
a parody
And
of
they also
cotillions.
do the thrift store
Fashion show, recycled fashion
Uh-huh.
show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have been there and we sell raffle tickets to help them as well. So again, we're pretty active in the community all through. I see we're an all year round organization. You just see a lot of us during Mardi Gras.
Right.
That's when it's concentrated. But if on any given weekend we may have an event where they may ask for 3 of us. They may ask for as many as 20 of us if we can.
So sometimes we have to do a lottery for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We use the lottery for a lot of things. It's the fairest way.
Yeah.
At some point, we were doing first come, first serve, but not everybody has access to the computer during the day, and some people work at night, so they don't have access at night. So we tried to make sure that we accommodate everyone's schedule and give everyone a fair opportunity to participate. And then when you're going to an event, Friday I was going to an event, it was completely all done, and I was talking to my husband, and I looked over and I realized the car next to me had noticed us. they were like doing all this. But you forget that you look a little different than regular days. So it's fun.
I was on my way across the causeway Saturday and I had a red and white polka dot shirt for the milkshakers. And one of them was next to me on the causeway. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Um,
They're lovely.
Since we've been doing this, we've noticed that, these groups, parade groups and marching, troops and all, it's all year round. It feels like we've been doing them as we can all year, so
Yeah.
like now that Mardi Gras is, officially going again, I'm like, man, it just doesn't feel like it ended, which is a good thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has become year round.
Is there a particular favorite of yours, event-wise or parade? Not to call out any that are not your favorite, but is there any one of them that's particularly fun for you?
That's like asking me who's your favorite child.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
All right, I'll say
riveting
Blush
question.
ball. For me, it's blush
Yeah.
ball.
Okay.
I have all my family and friends. I didn't do dancing as a kid. I wasn't interested. But I guess it's like what it feels like if you have a recital. All your family or friends are there because we do special performance dances at the ball. And, my son is coming in from out of town. My daughter's coming in from out of town. So I think for me, it's blush ball. It's the whole thing. It's the build up to it. It's the camaraderie that's being built up as we, look at our goals and where we are making those goals, for the donation. You get to be with your friends more often because you're at more practices. So I think it's just the whole thing that builds up to blush ball. That's my favorite.
And of all the events we went to, the blush ball had probably the most diverse group of outside, other groups
groups.
Yeah.
anyway. There's probably 20 of them there.
Oh,
last year.
Yeah.
probably more than that, just
Yeah.
because sometimes There could be.
We
they-
started
know,
that a few years back,
Mhm,
maybe
mhm,
I like how everybody
5 or
comes in
6 years ago.
costume.
We started that,
Mhm.
inviting the other crews.
mhm.
We thought it was be fun to have them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and seeing the camaraderie during, events like that, it's just so cool to us.
And it's nice because sometimes you meet somebody and you just start talking to them and then you find out, oh, I'm a whatever it is, a part of the group, and then they get invited and you just and you see people out when you're out and about and you just say, oh yeah, that's he was that's how I think we were talking about something, and we actually ended up meeting some 6-ton stompers that we hadn't met.
Oh, that's
Ducky.
right.
That's how we
Yeah.
met Ducky, and
Yes.
and so that's sometimes that's
They're like, why are y'all so happy? And and we're like, oh, we were just
Why not?
celebrating the new
Right.
season.
Yeah.
And the season of what?
and then we find out, oh, they're on a crew as well, and so it just kind of, it's like New Orleans is just a little small, a big town, and
Yeah.
and it's just great. It's great.
We start them early. We have a few members with little babies,
Mhm.
so we have little onesies, little
And
with
we
our
actually
logo
have
on them,
a
and
family even within the Pussyfooters, like we have families. So LaMinda is actually my grandma cat. So Camille and I say like Camille was the founder, and then LaMinda was her kitten, and then LaMinda has had
a few kittens.
three
I
kittens.
call it my litter of glitter.
Yeah,
So
certainly.
I have a little litter of glitter.
and then so
I don't say it's not a clique because it's
No,
not like
it's
that,
not,
but
no,
it's
it's
like
just-
it's just
but it's a
my
it's a
family
family.
tree, my
Your
Pussyfooter family tree.
Right, right.
and so then
So I have a grandkitten, I have a great grandkitten.
So
I
I
have
was her
two
grandkitten,
kittens.
and then I brought in a kitten, so she has a grandkitten, and then I think that's as far.
grandmother.
I have a great grandkitten. Yes.
Do you?
You're my
Your
grandkitten. So
You
Jenny's
just
my
a
great grand.
grandkitten. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And so, yeah. Ah.
So y'all have any traditions that y'all do, like before any certain parades, or as a prep for parades?
You know what? I think the funniest tradition is that when we all disembark, either in front of Winn-Dixie or Rouse's, everybody goes en masse to Rouse's or Winn-Dixie, and we either buy something, use the bathroom, or do a combination of them.
Or take pictures with other groups
Right,
in Winn-Dixie.
right,
Yeah.
yes. And then, like there's this one picture of this one girl, she needed something to eat. So she's at the salad bar, just, getting her stuff, and she's out in full costume. And I think that's the biggest tradition that we have.
I'm trying to think before an event. Well, I mean, lineup is almost as much fun as the parade because you're standing around. It's about an hour
Right.
that you're standing around. So you're looking at, oh, you got a new wig. Let me see, and
Right.
oh, you decorate. So all of our bras are different, and so we're always trading secrets about where'd you get that fabric, or I like that, or how'd you keep the fabric on there. And so I think it's just the excitement at lineup is really fun.
I think
Really
most people
fun.
that don't go down there to see that lineup or the Battle of the Bands and all that are really missing out. But I mean, it's kind of a hard thing for a lot of people to go see.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really a cool tradition that's kind of popped up the last, 15, 20 years,
Yeah.
where that's really become an event on its own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, as the PR person, where can people follow the Pussyfooters and get more information about y'all?
Okay, so our website is one thing. It needs to be updated because it still has some old material on there. But for more current and up to date, all of the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can follow us TikTok as well. And we're trying to see if we can do Snapchat as well. That's kind of on the list. But if for Facebook, it's just the New Orleans Pussyfooters. Instagram is P-Footers. Twitter is at Blushball. And then TikTok
Is
is
P-Footers.
P-Footers as well.
Okay.
So we try to keep the content current. We don't want to inundate you, but we also want you to see what's going on, a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. And just kind of what we used to do, and we're going to bring it back after right after COVID, we were, well, in the midst of COVID, you know, we weren't really doing, we did do some things though.
Internally.
But we do, we have our kind of,
There were no contact,
right, you know,
but
Woman
still.
Crush Wednesday, so you can go back and look at, you can look at and read about our members previously, you know, so that way you'll see, oh, these are the type of women that are in this group.
Yeah.
And then, but you know, we're all, you know, I think we all are just about empowering women and having a good time. And so when Shamar Allen, we used his Quarantine
fun.
and Chill in a video, and he was just so generous to us and said, of course. And in fact, we were able to dance with him at
in his music video
In the-
for Dance with
Uh-huh.
Me, and then he invited some of us,
a jazz
some of the
fest.
crews, to do Jazz Fest with him. So the Baby Dolls and the Bajorettes, and was it the Shay Shays from
I think
Femme
it was,
Fatale?
yes,
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
Shay Shays,
Mhm.
and we were there, and it was just amazing.
It was.
Check that off the bucket list.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Dancing
It
on
was.
stage
Yeah.
at Congo Square, yeah.
So I was behind the scenes,
Congo stage.
recording everything, and it was just, for me, it was just that rush of watching my fellow sisters out there in front of the crowd, just feeding off of the energy, and then everybody was like, oh, there were the Pussyfooters, you know, so it was great. It was
Yeah.
just great.
So we get those special moments
Mhm.
sometimes to do something that you never thought in a million years you'd get to do.
And we love it.
We did the
when-
Pelicans game
Yeah.
last year,
Mhm.
and you know,
And we love it when people send us video, or they take pictures and they tag us.
Yeah.
We love all of the love, and just are so grateful for it as well, because you know, we are part of the community, and so it's just wonderful when people see us and they see what we're doing, and they think that we're special enough to have a picture, you know, or video.
And our board changes every 2 years. We have elections for president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. And then the board members, some stay, some change. It's just, you know, it's a process. But Tawanda was really instrumental. We had a proclamation from the mayor 2 years, almost 2 years ago. So that was really cool. We've been featured in the library in Baton Rouge. The state library
Yeah.
did a
They did it.
exhibit with our costumes, so that was really nice. We've been in a few books, a coloring book,
Yeah, we were in the big
the train,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
train
that's-
station.
That's
Right,
gotta be,
right,
that's
that's
right.
gotta be a greatest time.
And we were in a children's book, the big book
Oh,
of
the
King
King
Cake
Cake.
book
The
with
King
Matt
Cake,
Haynes.
Yeah. We did the pink
and
King Cake,
I really wanted to do that one. You know,
But it
and
was our first day back at
to
work.
school, so we were like, oh. But and so, you know, it's just been. We were also with Turo. I forgot.
Oh,
Turo.
yeah, we did
did
the
a commercial with
commercial.
Turo during COVID,
Oh, yeah.
and so, you know, it was one of those things that they really made sure that we were following all the protocols. But I will say, it was a little surreal that there was nothing going on down in the French Quarter in
We
the
had the whole
French
place to
market,
ourselves.
and we did that commercial, and then it was so strange when one of my coworkers came up to me and said, "Hey, I think I saw you on the billboard at one of the train depots," and I said, "What?" You know, because I thought it was just a commercial, but I was.
Now we were on the billboards.
We were on, and then we were also on the electronic one for a
Yeah.
long
Yes,
time as you
yes.
were coming on
By
the
Xavier.
or just a little bit further down
Okay.
by the Superdome. You would, you know, I'd
Oh,
look
okay,
up
yeah.
and there we were. So
So for a while, my son was on a billboard. I was on a billboard. And my husband's like, "I'm going to be on one next week." No, you're not.
Get my own billboard.
right, that's right.
I'm going to be on one.
Well, I know also y'all had a house during house floats.
We
A
had
few of our members did
Yeah,
houses. Yeah.
When that whole year, we took a couple of weekends where we went all around. We went
Yeah.
through River Ridge one day, Uptown another day.
The Bywater.
Bywater another
the West
day.
Bank, the West Bank,
Yeah.
the
The
West
West
Bank.
West Bank. We went to several
Yeah.
different
I
neighborhoods.
think that was
looking
Lorraine.
at-
So we had one pussyfooter who
On
she
the
was
West
was
Bank.
very quiet about it, and then all of a sudden,
We
was
just kept seeing it everywhere.
It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was and then we have others. You know, we were very
Yeah, I remember one in the Bywater.
Yes, and we were very excited when Signscape, when they came up
Yeah.
with their
When they did their, you know,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
Oh,
the
the
yard
yard
signs,
figures, yeah.
yes,
And
and
then
they
Y'all
we-
were
we
representing.
had
it.
no idea.
Yeah.
That
and
was
when,
really
it was the
great.
dancing girl, but everybody was like, "Oh, that's a pussyfoot," you know. And
Yeah.
so a lot of members, we all brought, we purchased them and we put them in our yards.
Yeah,
So,
that's
you
our
know,
Mardi Gras
Yes,
decorations.
yes, so mine are getting ready to come out. Probably this
Yeah.
weekend they'll be out there dancing, and I have a little library. I just got one, so they're gonna be dancing around that library too as well.
Did y'all do one of the? I know related to the house floats, there was a video thing that they did with Big Frida's music. Did y'all do one of those?
I don't believe
I remember there was a
so.
bunch of different groups that did them.
Yeah, we did.
I
Yeah,
don't
it was like
recall
with
that.
Flash and I don't know what it was.
No, unfortunately, that's a
Yeah.
bucket list
Yes.
item.
Yes.
To get Big Frida,
Yeah.
to be with Big Frida.
Yes. Now we've done a performance with them at Hager's house many years back.
That might have been before my time.
It may have been before your time.
Mhm.
We did, and when we did the floats in the oaks, we did
Yes.
do
Oh,
that
okay.
And we do
for a
Christmas.
few of those nights.
Yeah, y'all were
Uh-huh.
y'all were dancing when I went actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was I think the last car. last year.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I was
And we
like,
did.
come on, go, we gotta go. 'Cause we went, not last year, the year before last, when everything else was shut down. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, I gotta see this. Get my fill in. But we had gone to St. Charles and saw the house floats out there, and we just moseyed our way, and they were shutting the gate. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah.
But it was the last day, so I was actually the last car.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
Yeah, but y'all was still going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And we
Yeah.
did Krampus.
Rain or
That-
shine.
We did
Mhm.
Krampus as well. In the midst of COVID, that was one of the things that was open. We did.
This
that
was
as
a
well.
similar
Mhm.
type of
Mhm.
event where it was a reverse parade.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, drive through.
Yeah.
And we know how to make our own fun because 2 years ago, or actually kind of when we used to do Jingle, and Jingle, it was kind of selfish of me. I wanted to see the Nopsey Hotel, and I wanted to see it at Christmas time. So I said, hey, why don't we go after we finish Jingle, and then we'll stop
That's
in.
one of our traditions.
Yeah, we went to
yes.
the Nopsey Hotel, and then we went to the Roosevelt, and we went to Dominica's for we would have
Yeah.
our little family would have.
And then by about midnight, we were at the Montleon.
yes, and so
It was
it
a
was
whole
just
day.
and so this holiday hotel hop came
Yes.
about so we started at the Nopsey, then we go to the Roosevelt, then we went to the Ritz, and then we went to
Some of the bars on Bourbon.
yeah, and then we went to the Monteleone, and
Yes.
then and so you know what we were trying to. We think maybe next year we can see if we can go to the Four Seasons as well to see that.
Yes.
You know, because we're all about spreading that pink love around the
The
quarter.
Peacock Room. We
Yeah,
did that
yeah,
one
we
year
did.
for
Yeah.
Boo.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do
Mhm.
some of those things. It's just so beautiful at Christmas.
It is. It
Yeah.
is gorgeous.
Yeah, a lot of those hotels really go all out.
Right.
You know,
It's just beautiful
and
to
I've
see.
seen them my whole life, and I
Mhm.
still kind of make my way and
Uh-huh.
check them out when I'm down there.
Mm-hmm. So
And it
that's
truly
another-
is a holiday parade. We
Right.
have, girls who are of the Jewish faith, and they participate all in their blue
right.
accents, and it's really a nice thing. We had a group do the Kwanzaa outfits one year.
Mhm.
So when we have group within a group, when we do Boo, and when we do the holiday parade, we'll have 2 or 3 girls get together and do one little theme.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always have the corset and boots.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But for those holiday type of events, we can do different things.
Yeah. Add a little
Mm.
special flair related
Yes.
to.
Yes, holiday flair.
Yeah.
So, and the things that our most creative members come up with
Oh,
are amazing.
it
One
is-
year we
it
had
is.
a theme, it was pop stars.
Right.
And so, we
That
had
was for
3 different
Halloween.
Britneys. You had Schoolgirl Britney, you had Toxic Britney, and I don't know what other
Right,
Britney we had. It was
Uh-huh.
3 different Britneys, but it was fun. We had all kinds of different pop stars that, people could recognize immediately who
Yeah.
they were.
I could probably do the whole group of Britney's. She's like kind of a Barbie doll, you know. Lots of personalities there, you know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so again, I want to thank y'all for coming on with us. Y'all are one of those groups that, I know for a fact has inspired other dance groups to come about.
That's great.
And you know, like I said earlier, that you know, there's certain groups that when you see the banner, you see the the lead truck or vehicle for them, you get
You know what's
you
coming,
you
yeah.
see the crowd
Right.
getting
Right.
extra excited,
Uh-huh.
and y'all are definitely one of those. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
And we love
thank
that
y'all.
love.
Yes.
And we just love doing what we do.
and we love watching y'all. We love watching y'all.
Well, I
try
hope
to
y'all will be at
dance,
the
so-
ball again this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make it.
Okay. Oh,
Great.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to make sure we take a picture
Yes.
so that
We'd
way
love
we
to.
can.
Find our PR girl.
Yep, I'll
but
be
we
on-
look a little different.
Yeah.
Well, I know you have short hair.
That.
And you're
Maybe not on the ball.
used to. Wait a minute.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the weather.
You just have to see what look we pull out. Depends on.
We'll find you.
That'll
find
be the
you.
trick. We'll find y'all.
We'll be dressed in pink.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Okay.
So will we. But yeah, this was a pleasure.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
thank you so much.
Yeah, so thank y'all for everything that y'all do for Mardi Gras and everything that y'all do for the community. I mean, you know, the community work, you know, that y'all do throughout the year, you know, like we had said, the donation
Yeah.
that y'all have made to the Metro Center, that's, you know, I mean, that's super applaudable for, you know, just over 100 ladies to be able to help inspire over $50,000 in donations.
Right.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're still looking for donations. So if somebody hears this
Yeah, let us
podcast
know.
and they say, well, you know, we want to donate, they can contact us.
Get in those DMs.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
So,
right.
Thank y'all again.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You know, and signing out, we will see you on the route.
Yay.